I'm Dakian. This is Monday, the 20th of March, 2016, and this is my latest video blog about my miniatures painting. Now, I said last week that I wasn't going to have much time to paint miniatures, and you might wonder how so much got finished, but this is because most of it was at least partly done. I'm just going to break down this video, just show everything that's finished in one segment, everything that's in the works in another, and so forth. Not going to divide it up by genres. So these were almost done last week. The genie and his lamp for Frostgrave. Excuse me if I pause. I seem to have gotten the hiccups. Well, anyway, I fished them up, added some stuff, and there we go. Then we have these goblin corpses, which I thought might be corpse tokens for Malifaux, for example, or something else. I don't know. As you can see, they're not, oops, they're falling over. Not terribly complex paint jobs, but they're, I think, reasonably effective. Finally, the only really new stuff that was done in just 1 week is these two, and that's because they're so simple. I mean, the stone elemental or earth elemental is just, one color, essentially, with different shades. And the iron golem is also just iron, with some different shading here and there. And yeah, no problem at all to paint. So what's in the works? Now to my works in progress, some of which most of it I think, I've seen before, but in various stages of completion. This is the Dark Wizard. I had done the robes previously. Now I've completed the belt and the various decorations. And I think some of it turned out okay. The gems I like. I'm not sure if you can tell, but the yellow stuff here and on the collar and around the gem here is supposed to be non-metallic gold. Yeah, I'm still practicing that. I don't know if my technique is very good yet, but it's a work in progress, as I said, and I've attached his head upside down here so I can start painting the face. All I've done is sort of black out the eyes and the mouth piece so far. Anyway, so for the various werewolves, I've done the dry brushing, and also for, here's another werewolf, and for the snow troll. What's left to do is the parts of these models that are not fur texture but have some sort of skin showing, which is not a lot on them, but there's a few spots. That needs to be touched up, and I need to do details like claws and teeth and the insides of the mouths and the eyes, and some basing effects, grass and snow. I'm thinking of adding some blood and gore, maybe to their teeth or claws, just to make them look a bit more menacing. They look, yeah, you know what I mean. What else is in progress here? You've seen the Spawn Mother before. I don't think I've done anything new to her since you saw it last. It's just base coated. We have back here, here's some new models. The Dwarven skeletons are, well, just barely started. I've blacked out, there's some metallic done, and these dogs are just primed, and I've started work on the basing colors, and that's it. But all of these that I've shown you so far, these, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 13 models. I'm feeling ambitious. I'm gonna try to get all of these done by next Monday. because as I said, I have a school holiday this week. I should have a lot of time on my hands. And, well, it all comes down to if I feel inspired to work on it or not. And, oh, by the way, here you can see the Chaos Tree, which still has just those base coats that I did before. I'm going to try to get some work done on that as well. But if I do complete that goal that I've set myself, what am I going to follow it up with? Well, let's see what we have lying around. Now, the stuff that's in the queue for Malifaux you've seen before, I've shown you these boxes, the Hooded Rider and the Guildhounds. So I'm going to try to at least get these prepped. Get them cleaned up, assembled, based, maybe even primed in time for next Monday's video. And I pulled this thing out of storage. This is a Reaper miniature called the Hellborn Troll. You see it's a big troll, it's in three pieces. It's the lower body here, upper body, and there's a head somewhere. Oh, there it is, behind his leg. And the thing is, I've seen this troll painted up in different versions. I think even on Reaper's site there's a couple of different paint jobs displayed. And one of them is an ice troll. One of them is very blue whitish kind of color, which could be an ice troll for Frostgrave. You know, what do you know? I can maybe go for something like that. Yeah. So these are the models that I want to put into production. So this week, 2 miniatures gaming related packages arrived on my doorstep. Not one, but 2, which is a wealth of stuff to talk about. One of them was a Kickstarter I'd backed, which was mostly actually originally for this book, the Hammer and Forge Dwarven Supplement for Advanced Song of Blades and Heroes. But of course I also wanted the rulebook of Advanced Song of Blades and Heroes, and then I got 2 dwarf miniatures along for the ride somehow. I'm not sure why they were in there. Probably a stretch goal of some sort. I didn't add anything to my pledge to get any minis. But anyway, so what is this? Well, this is a slightly more advanced, as the name says, version of the Song of Blades and Heroes rule set. And it's printed in a nicer way in full color. Lots of illustrations, in a more of a sort of a digest format book rather than a larger sized book that the basic rules come in, and the basic rules are print on demand from Lulu, so they're mostly black and white. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to actually look at the rules yet. I've just looked at the visual appeal of it, and it's pretty good. The one thing I will say is that printing this far out in the margins does not look good. This is not visually appealing. They could have had a bit more white space, or even as they did in this book, they have more of a margin and they have a sort of a border around it. And I know some layout professionals hate borders, but I actually think it kind of works sometimes. And in this case, I don't mind it. But as I said, what the actual rules content is, I have not had a chance to check out yet. Maybe I'll review it sometime in the future, but don't hold your breath. I have a limited time. And speaking of dwarves, by the way, the other package that arrived was from Fenris Games. It was all that scenery I'd ordered a while back that it finally showed up. And the main portion of that is 2 sets, actually, of broken dwarven pillars. And of course, I want to use these. These were intended for Frostgrave, because there's a scenario where you need big pillars, and these are really big, chunky pillars with feet, or this is, well, rather some sort of top thing. I'm not sure, I haven't tried putting it together yet. I also got a rather large hut, which is in 2 pieces. I'm not sure why I got this. I probably just thought it looked cool. It's some sort of, well, rather Uche fantasy thing. That's probably supposed to be like that. Well, I'll figure it out. And a couple of more simple things. The plain village well, which is, well, yeah, you know, just a rim of stone. And a broken down cart that needs to be assembled. Yeah. I'm glad this stuff has arrived, and maybe I can put some of it into production after the current scenery projects are done. Anyway, that'll be all for this week, unless I post another video somehow during the week. But I will definitely see you next Monday, if not before that. So, this is Dakian, wishing you a nice and fruitful week of miniature painting, and I'll see you next time.